knowns. There are things we know we know. We also know there are known unknowns, but there are also unknown unknowns. The ones we don't know know.
Finally, the decks were cleared for a real military response, not some piece of garbage.
And what is Aleppo?
Excuse me, but is this an unknown unknown?
I'm not going to say which it is.
Please clap.
We don't have a major enemy. I know it hurts your feelings. I know you're upset about it. Who are you worried about? Iraq?
We have finally gotten more police officers on the street.
Got to shape up.
Is it working?
A 2-year-old cult member was also shot and killed.
Corn Pop wasn't bad, too.
They are not just gangs of kids anymore. They are often the kinds of kids that are called super predators.
And he ran a bunch of bad boys.
Whatever the fuck you want.
Who are you worried about? Ronald Reagan.
George H.W. Bush.
William Jefferson Clinton.
George W. Bush. Barack Obama.
Jeb Bush.
Newt Gingrich.
Please clap.
Hello and welcome to Please Clap, a show about our world and how we got here. We are live from Rob's house. His address is
undisclosed, unknowable,
yeah.
even.
some compound out in the middle of nowhere. You'd never be able to find it.
A subtle crease in the fabric of space and time.
It's beautiful though.
It is. Like nothing you've ever seen.
We're here on vacation for Independence Day.
Woohoo.
Yeah.
Vacation.
Taking a break from huffing miniature model paint fumes and CA glue accelerator.
I did not get Rob into Warhammer. I did not.
Yep. You will be hearing from Discover, from Chase Bank, from American, from all of my various debt collectors shortly, I would imagine. So.
Yeah, so we're here at Rob's house. It's a joy to be doing this. We haven't actually recorded like in person, even though
we've never met in person before. This is the first time. So
and
that was a joke.
wasn't expecting
and I have
Rob.
to say, I'm hating it.
A truly awful experience. I can't believe I'm here.
And importantly, Chan and Nicole are free to go. Whenever they want, they're here because they want to be. They're free to go whenever they feel like it.
I don't know if
saying that, but he always has his foot near the door, and I'm just like,
well, you're free. It's a comfortable place for the foot, and you're free to go whenever you want. So.
Legally speaking, yeah. So today is actually the 4th of July, that fabled American holiday. That I don't even know what. I mean, how do we feel about Independence Day?
Don't care. Yeah. Stupid and loud.
Yeah.
Glad it's raining.
All these fireworks.
This is a bad take, but I'm not fond of the loud sounds of the fireworks. So just cancel me now, guys.
We got tinnitus.
I just can't.
Some people have sensitive ears.
Yeah. Some of us have both tinnitus and hyperacusis, and that's on everyone else besides me. It's not my fault.
Yep.
But we're here to party.
Yeah,
it's a good excuse.
Party.
It's a good excuse to party.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's what we're doing. It's a 3-day weekend. Turn it into a 4-day weekend.
Mm-hmm. Turn it up.
And
of course, it feels like a 12-day weekend with all the paint fumes we've been huffing off these
true.
expensive little miniatures.
Citadel Paints, official sponsor. So don't be talking too much shit, Rob.
That's what pays the bills. Okay.
Enjoy the fumes.
We're a Warhammer podcast now. Yeah, so we got some more articles. We got some crap to talk about, and I hope you enjoy. And if you don't, then you're free to go at any time.
Just like anyone in my house at any time, you're free to leave. Nothing's keeping you here. So,
what is this first story, Nico? Oh, I didn't introduce anyone. My sweet wife.
My signature laugh radiated, and
that's right.
was just like,
everyone
wow,
knows.
There she is. There's Nico.
What a cute girl sitting in that chair next to.
That's not what I meant at all, guys.
Well,
I was not fishing for compliments, but
hey,
you can
don't be
continue
mean to my friend Nico. Hey,
of course. Okay, so the first one. Sheffield Lake police chief resigns after putting Ku Klux Klan sign on black officer's desk.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Very normal thing to do.
That is very normal cop behavior.
Yeah.
Well,
Like, were we surprised? But, like, of course not. Anyway, Ohio. This was in Sheffield Lake, Ohio. Police Chief Anthony Campo resigned Tuesday following an incident in which he left a Ku Klux Klan sign on a black officer's desk. What the fuck? Like, who thinks this is like, wouldn't that be funny?
When you have that many of them, it's hard to keep track. You know, they're going to just end up spilling out of your pockets and just ending up in random places.
You got like mints that say like, you know, Ku Klux Klan Incorporated or something?
I am a member of the Klan and I believe, you know, stuff like that is just always going to be falling out of you.
But they're those buttery mints that just melt in your mouth. Yeah. And they just happen to say KKK on them. And...
That is what I imagine old Campo. I mean, that would be his favorite mint is a buttermint.
And here's the craziest part. Like, you know you're being watched. So apparently the incident in question, which happened Friday, was captured on surveillance video inside the department's booking area. Campo, who has been with the department for 33 years and served as a chief for 8, is seen in the video walking into a room with a piece of paper in his hand saying Ku Klux Klan. He walks to a desk and places the note on a yellow jacket laid out to resemble the infamous hood and robe synonymous with the American hate group.
What font was it? Was it just like 12-point Arial centered at the top of a page, or
Comic Sans or something? Like Ku Klux Klan.
I use Webdings. I didn't know what it said.
Yeah.
How was I supposed to know he knew what Webdings looked like?
What? I mean, I'm wondering like what.
And you
what
know
the joke was.
The insult, like the worst part too, is just like, okay, you put a yellow jacket, and then you just put Ku Klux Klan. Like, you couldn't even like.
So are you saying that he should have gotten a white?
It's horrible to say that. I know it's horrible to say that, but it's just like they're so. No,
she's like just, the accuracy is just.
I know. I sound like a weird person right now, but like it bothers me that like they did this in the first place, but also just like.
Put some effort into your hate crime.
It's just horrible anyway.
He's a cop. He's had a busy day of.
Okay, you can edit that out if you want.
Of cranking his nasty little hog.
No. It's
doing
fine.
racism.
But it
is weird. Like,
I don't know. Like to come up like who looks at a yellow jacket?
He's probably very stupid.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, my issue is like who looks at a yellow jacket and be like, wouldn't that be funny if I put a sign that says Ku Klux Klan? Because I think it like.
Just to like have to have Klan on the mind to such a degree that you see a jacket that does not resemble a Klan hood.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Okay, listeners, please, that's exactly what I meant.
Was the jacket just like the black officer's jacket, or was this a jacket that the racist guy laid out?
Let's see what it says.
Because if he just saw a normal rain jacket and was like, you know who else wears a hood?
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Sense. Like, what? This is like, more sense. Yeah, I'm sorry. This is okay, Rob. Thank you for speaking for me.
I love to speak for women and tell them what they mean to say.
This is not a gaslighting situation. Thank you for your help. I appreciate it. But yeah, that just blows my mind. Like. Who thinks about that and who's just like
So what
Cops.
Cop. What's gonna happen to old Chief?
So okay, the officer this is the officer who was targeted, started to working for the department 9 months ago, walks in and sees the message. It is unclear what the officer and Campo say to one another as the video has no audio. Other people come into the frame and chat with the officer. It looks like Bring said that Campo told the offensive note was a prank. The now former chief did not return calls Thursday seeking to comment on the incident or his resignation from the department after more than 3 decades. So they fired him. Or he resigned.
He resigned. As soon as he knew that he was boned.
Which, to me, I guess it just depends how Ohio works. But, like, you know how some people resign first so that they can
keep
still
their pension.
So it's like, holy shit.
Well,
was there really justice? I don't think so, because he got to resign.
Oh, no.
And like he potentially will have a pension and just be living off of us, the taxpayers.
Nice.
He is a cop, so
He
I
deserves.
assume he'll have a very happy ending.
Yeah, he deserves it. He was in the line of
It's basically
duty.
a troop.
Yeah, I guess it was. Okay.
Now this next one is just, man. Okay. Richard Branson will fly into space on July 11th, beating rival Jeff Bezos by 9 days. Fuck you, Bezos.
Yeah, talk about a big old fuck you.
Okay, what's the fascination with that, considering that you're not the first person in space, or even
That's
the
a good point.
50th person in space?
Well,
That's a good point.
I would love to go to space.
Sure.
And if I was absolutely talentless and the only thing I had going was a bunch of money, I could see using that to go to space.
Sure.
But the thing that bothers me is they're like, ooh, we're going to space, and it's like they're doing less than like a Alan, oh fuck, first American. They're doing less than Yuri Gagarin did. You know, they're just like doing like a partial orbit. You know,
Yeah.
they're not doing anything.
Neil Armstrong.
No,
that's
that was first on the moon. For
Oh,
Alan.
shoot.
Buzz Aldrin.
No, not Buzz Aldrin.
Guys, I'm sorry. You
Anyways.
said something really smart, and we just bumped it up.
So
I'm crying.
The
Listener, I'm crying. Let it be known.
he is. I can actually see him in
I
person. The announcement from Virgin came just a few hours after Bezos announced that aviation pioneer Wally Funk will be joining him, his brother Mark, and yet to be named winner of an online auction
Fucking Bugs Bunny.
I know.
for Blastoff July 20th aboard his company's New Shepard
Blastoff.
spacecraft. Brain blast. Both Virgin Galactic and Bezos's Blue Origin are competing head-to-head in the emerging space tourism marketplace, both offering short rides just above the discernible atmosphere for a few minutes of weightlessness and spectacular views before returning to Earth. We got to get a flat earther on this thing.
Mm-hmm.
We got to. I would fund that GoFundMe. I would.
Yeah, but then they would still come up with some bullshit
I just want to.
It was an amusement
Just
park
trying to
ride
try
with
that.
8K screens.
Yeah, exactly.
I saw the scene, but I saw the dead pixels.
Okay, I guess we'll never win with them. So.
No.
No, it's okay.
But it's just like, you know, call me when a guy's going into like at least low Earth orbit. You know, call me when Richard Branson has set up a stable orbit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not this
All
like,
right.
oh, we're flying.
We're going up and down.
We're flying to the edge of space. Come on, man. That's basically the Concorde.
So how much would you pay for a flight to space, Rob?
It depends on so many factors.
For this trip.
I don't think I'd want to. Too dangerous for the payoff.
True. You
It's
gotta
like
get
if I'm going to space, I want to make it worth my while. You
full
know?
send.
I want at minimum stable low Earth orbit
Sure.
for at least 24 hours.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
I want to hang out up there.
Hang out up there.
Spooky,
Yeah, this has like a few moments of weightlessness.
Bro, what if you could like get drunk in space? Bro.
Doesn't it? I
Alan Shepard. Alan B. Shepard.
Okay.
Oh, there
Sorry.
it goes.
Continue. Now you're crying. Now who's crying?
You ruined the show.
I don't want to do this anymore.
Can't you like get super drunk really easily if you were in
Well, I
space? No, I mean like if you
Where did you read that?
if you're in space
The
on
blood
Facebook.
oxygen levels. Yeah.
Okay,
Just kidding.
never mind.
I don't know,
Yeah,
like
the blo-
altitude. You get
You'd get super fucked up.
yeah. Probably. Probably why it'd be only the
Fake news.
It's just the
That's
the
just
Russian
the media
Russian
trying.
space.
Okay, well I was trying to get a number out of you, Rob, but
Well,
the expected
okay. For this I would pay. I mean, well, I wouldn't pay this because I don't have this much money.
Right.
If I had, let's say, if I made,
Mm-hmm.
a
if
lot
I had
of money.
$10 million wealth, let's
Yeah.
say,
Okay. Yeah.
liquid cash even, I think I'd pay $15K max for this, and I assume it's
15K.
an order of magnitude greater than that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it is expected. They haven't announced, but tickets are expected to cost between $250,000 and $500,000.
Oh my gosh.
Bullshit. That's low Earth orbit money.
Yeah, that's like
Come on.
no,
That's,
no.
no.
Now, for staying in space and doing a trip around the globe or something like that, I could see that.
Well, that's only like 90 minutes, so I would want to be doing quite a few trips around that globe.
Well, whatever, nerd. I don't know how long it takes.
About 90 minutes.
Okay, well, 90 minutes.
If you're talking like ISS, space shuttle, altitude, about
okay,
90
go
minutes.
around the Earth a few times.
This is a podcast of Rob just telling us what's wrong. And
I have been made enraged by
this is no
the
longer please
childish
clap.
jabs
This
of
is
Shannon
now
Nicole.
I'm gonna slap you.
Yeah,
that was a joke. No one has done anything.
Nicole has made an actionable threat against my life.
But even crazier numbers. So blah blah blah. Further on in the article, Bezos announced that he and his brother would be aboard along with the as yet unidentified winner of the online auction, whose $28 million bid won a seat on the New Shepard capsule.
What?
Okay. Price to go to space and have to talk to Jeff Bezos while I'm doing it.
Oh my God.
Pay me.
No.
He can
You have
pay
to
me.
pay me.
He
Yeah.
can pay me for the privilege.
I wonder why. Like, I mean, I guess because he likes money, but I mean, 28 million. He made that since we started recording this. But wouldn't you want, if you were Jeff Bezos,
Jesus.
wouldn't you want like your favorite, like, hey, I want to bring like
My
I don't
friend.
know, LeBron James
Yeah.
to like
Okay. Yeah. True.
Space Jam, like
Even more publicity. Yeah.
make it an ad campaign or something like
Yeah.
You just want some dude who bought a ticket onto your spacecraft.
Some dude who is enough of a freak that he wants to hang out with you. No, if you're Jeff Bezos, the only way you're having a good time is if you kidnap somebody.
Yeah. I think he's just so rich right now that he's just like, whatever. I want to make more money.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter to him who it is. Like, he's just like, it's the money.
Yeah.
It's just the money.
It's possible he's going to harvest the lucky winner.
Oh my gosh.
Once they're out of the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Oh my
So what's next, Rob? What do you got
All right.
for
Well,
us?
from the commanding heights of not quite low Earth orbit, but arguably in space,
Yeah.
to the dirty soil of the United States for this Independence Day. We have a banger out of the Atlantic.
Another one.
Another. It's too easy. It's just, I found this like 15 minutes ago. The happy patriot, the unhappy nationalist. Having pride in your country can lead to greater well-being, but only if you do it right.
What?
And then there's a horrible little dog.
Yeah, it's a
Horrible
really
illustration of a
bad
dog.
illustration.
I hate it.
I'm not.
Hire me, the
disgusting.
Atlantic, at Patriotic Protests.
You're too talented for them. They won't.
So
they
I
won't
can
do
do
it.
this for you.
I love the man that can smile in trouble, that can gather strength from distress and grow brave by reflection, Thomas Paine wrote in his pamphlet series, The American Crisis. It was December 1776, shortly after the onset of the War for Independence, and Paine was contemplating the purpose and promise of patriotism in building a new nation free of British overreach. A happy patriot, in his view, was one who drew strength and joy, even from the nation. Oh, strength and joy, even from the nation. Comma missing there. Especially under adverse circumstances. Nearly 250 years later, few would argue that the United States has not recently seen adversity, including, and what do you think the first thing?
Adversity?
The first adversity that they list is?
Cancel culture.
Very close, very close.
Libtards.
Tangentially speaking. The first thing. I'm always yelling about it.
Warhammer.
Political polarization. The worst thing that has ever happened in the United States. Civil unrest, the coronavirus, and more.
And more. Just wait.
250 years, baby. The three worst things. Polarization, unrest, and COVID-19.
And not being able to smoke indoors.
Yeah. Oh my god, my goddamn
Oh, Raymond.
grandkids not responding to my emails. These threats have failed to bring out the happy patriot in us. Gallup found a 7-point drop in the percentage of Americans who said they were, quote, extremely proud or, quote, very proud to be an American from 2019 to 2020.
I love that tier. Very proud and extremely proud.
Yeah, I just...
How do you go from one to the
shit
next?
question writing.
Okay, great.
I would say extremely proud is higher, but I would like... You can... It's not immediately clear. You have to think about it for a second.
Right.
Like, is extreme or very...
Yeah.
High, like,
just something doesn't feel right.
This deterioration is especially dramatic right now, but it's been going on for almost 2 decades. 2003, 69%, that's the funny number, said they were extremely proud. Last year, 42% did. I love to be like, oh fuck, I have a fucking deadline for this op-ed. Let me just go on Gallup and see what I can pull. God damn it. It's almost midnight. No matter where you live, patriotism can be a thorny subject. Wonder why. Political division is ever more toxic. Seemingly, the only thing both sides can agree on is that their country's ideals and institutions are a sham. Populism and demographic tribalism, fuck you, are on the rise worldwide. I'm not ready to throw in the towel just yet, however. Oh, good. Arthur Brooks is not ready to throw in the towel. Oh, this fucking Arthur. Wonder if he's still having a lot of sex. This is the guy that wrote the book about how much sex he was having since his divorce and called it
what?
The Second Mountain or something like that.
What?
It was just incredibly
How have I not heard of
horny.
this?
It's worth a read. It's not worth. Don't buy it. It
Okay.
sucks shit. It's worth thumbing through for 10 minutes and bothering
I don't know if I can
Meg
use
when
my
you, like,
only free
come after
Audible
her.
to do that.
Yeah. Do
Maybe I will.
not pay for it.
No, you don't want the audiobook version of that. That's for sure. No.
Yeah. It's just like,
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
read by the author.
I feel.
I'm not ready to throw in the towel just yet, however. He's got a lot of stamina. On the contrary, I think a healthy patriotism can make a comeback all along the ideological spectrum, and we will all be happier for it.
What?
Healthy
Why?
patriotism.
Wait, so his like argument or his whole thing is like being patriotic makes you happier.
Yes, but not a nationalist, and he is yet to.
Is that
sort of
extreme?
delineate
Is that the
between
difference
those.
between very happy and extremely happy?
Don't you notice that he's using a lot of slogans just to get his point across? Like,
well, there's a word count, I imagine.
yeah, but just like too many like advertisement slogans. You know, I don't know. It just feels like an ad, basically.
Yeah, it's like you it's like it was written on Duolingo. You know,
Right.
where you're like picking synonyms and stuff,
Right.
just kind of filling in the blanks
Yeah.
with common phrases. Yeah. I don't think extreme patriotism is nationalism, because nationalism is bad, but it's also bad that we're now just very happy with the USA instead of extremely. So, you know, you should always state your argument very clearly in the opening paragraph. This is
Okay. Well.
Garbo. I would give you probably a C so far, Arthur. A number of scholars have studied the link between patriotism and happiness and have found that it is strongly positive. That is a thing that we tell first-year methods students never to say. It is meaningless. What does strongly positive mean? Bigger than less strong, I guess. For example, a 2011 study in psychological science looked at 31 countries and found that national pride significantly predicts well-being. Another study found that the relationship between national satisfaction and personal well-being was strongest in poorer countries, which the authors explained by noting that people in the most difficult personal circumstances tend to judge their life satisfaction in terms of societal success. Cool. I'm skipping a paragraph here. It's
okay.
Too long.
There's a lot of words.
Lot of words, and just some really fucking long block quotes. And yet, Americans were peculiarly patriotic. Tocqueville would go on to write in Democracy in America about the new nation's fractious breed of irritable patriotism. Some citizens would assemble, quote, for the sole object of announcing that they disapprove of the government's course. Meanwhile, another group would, quote, unite to proclaim that the men in office are the fathers of the country. But as at odds as they were, no American would permit a foreigner's criticism of their country. American patriotism, Tocqueville found, was the shared civic spirit of competitive riffraff dedicated to building a nation together. This is just... It's like, yes, the one thing that bound them was a healthy jingoism. And we've lost that, and I guess that's bad.
All right, send it towards like the end of the article. I want to see how like what's he getting at?
Okay. All right, here's his two rules for healthy patriotism.
Okay.
No matter your political views or where you live, you can cultivate a patriotism of the healthy Tocquevillian sort for your own benefit and help inflect the national mood. This requires that you follow two guidelines. 1. Emphasize the positive. Nothing wrong with articulating the disagreements you might have with your fellow citizens. Indeed, a competition of ideas is important for a free society. It's that damn marketplace of ideas. So good. Love to shop there. But remembering what doesn't divide you, what all of you are proud of, is also important. In the US, for example, 91% of people are proud of our country's scientific achievements. 89% are proud of our military. Ooh. That's just good to be proud of.
This is making me nauseous.
85% are proud of arts and culture. When you are frustrated or angry about what isn't right in your country, take a moment to think about the things it does well. God damn.
This does not feed people.
If you're
this
getting,
does not give us health care.
If you're getting upset, watch a Marvel movie. Watch some of our great arts and culture, or think
just
about
look
our
at your
wonderful
iPhone
military
and see how dense the pixels are.
Just say, "Gee, isn't this swell?" Think about the awe that Alexis de Tocqueville would be wrapped in should he gaze upon the iPhone.
Oh my gosh.
The second rule, 2, make your protest patriotic.
Wow.
Wait. Okay, yeah. Let's see what he...
Yep. Patriotic love is not blind to problems. Remember Tocqueville's irritable patriots who simultaneously denounced and lauded the government. This is not a contradiction in terms. It is a recognition that things can be better than they are if we work together for change. Well, yeah, he has heard of a protest before.
Yeah.
This was central to the message of Martin Luther King Jr., who used overtly patriotic language to challenge Americans to live up to their own national ideals. We will reach the end goal of freedom in Birmingham and all over the nation, because the goal of America is freedom, he wrote in his letter from a Birmingham jail.
From jail?
Birmingham jail. Huh, I wonder if he talked about how much he liked the Atlantic.
Yeah.
Similarly, in his famous I Have a Dream speech, King recited an entire verse of the patriotic hymn, My Country 'Tis of Thee. So, yeah, Martin Luther King, patriot pilled. For King, patriotism was not about ignoring what was clearly wrong with America. Rather, it was an expression of faith in what we could be. You can adopt this attitude, too, by framing activism for change in terms of your own nation's stated ideals.
But isn't that, that's most... I mean,
it's...
What's
actionable?
They just want us to have big flags so that we can mask all of our problems and just say, but isn't this a great place?
But even if it's even the protest thing, I feel like it's up to interpretation whether or not anyone who's against the protest is going to say that it is not a patriotic protest.
Yeah, absolutely.
This goes against we've been hearing it for years. These people hate America. Democrats hate America.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's you just say that because you disagree with them.
You just want to demonize the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also how many people who didn't like Martin Luther King were
he's a communist.
I disagree with him, but he is a patriot.
They called him a communist.
At least he's protesting patriotically.
Yeah, that was not seen by the people who did not.
Yeah.
Also, FBI probably killed him. And that's bad, but we still love our good law enforcement and our brave troops in the FBI.
Amen.
Obviously, there are people in the U.S. and elsewhere who do use patriotism as a cloak for self-interest, but plenty of ordinary people display patriotism at its best. A real and generous love for their fellow citizens and shared ideals. This is the happy patriotism that can bring a nation back together around a commitment to one another, a celebration of values that transcend disagreements, like how good our military is, and a belief that progress is possible together. Thanks, Arthur.
Man.
Just
what a dodo brain.
Also, just the idea of like, when you protest, make sure to always center what's good instead of what you're protesting.
Again.
Don't think about the bad.
The strength of our brave troops.
Yeah.
Such as our fine arts and culture.
This just makes me like sick. Like, I hate when it's just an ad. It literally was just an ad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
This was an Independence Day article, basically,
yes,
right?
Yeah. For sure. And again, cannot stress, listener, how wretched this dog is.
This illustration at the top of the...
A fucking disgusting hound.
Yeah. All right, shifting gears away from America slightly. What's next, darling?
I think we should shift gears away from America on the 4th of July.
Ooh, we are.
Ooh, is that not
and
patriotic?
We're heading to Japan.
Japan.
So,
we love it.
Well, this is going to make you sad.
Especially their politics.
So here's the title. Sad, Lonely Feeling. Tokyo man evicted twice, 50 years apart, for Olympic construction.
Oh.
You love to see it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but Rob, remember, we have to think about the good. So think about how cool and badass the Olympics are.
How patriotic you're going to be.
Yeah, aren't you proud of your country? Team USA?
Oh, you don't like the Olympics? I guess you liked World War I more, huh? Funny.
All right.
Should build a seastead just in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, and that's where it is every year. We don't have to do this shit.
All right, and I apologize for... I'm not going to botch this name, but if I do, I apologize. When Koei Gino was evicted from his family home to clear the way for the construction of the National Stadium for the 1964 Tokyo Olympics, he was sad but proud to contribute to Japan in a moment of national triumph. But when he was evicted again in 2013 at the age of 80 so the government could rebuild the stadium for the 2020 games, it felt like a bitter twist of fate made worse by what he saw as official indifference.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the Olympics. I mean,
I would feel.
This has been going on for so long, and a lot of people know about the favelas
in Brazil.
In Brazil, just getting like torn down and basically like plopping a big ass thing that's going to be abandoned the day after.
Right. And they don't even keep it like neat or clean.
No. Why would that be such a
waste?
Such a huge.
They're not making money off of it anymore.
Yeah.
If you see the stadium for when they did the FIFA Cup, even for in Brazil, that right now, if you look it up, it's like taken over by the forest.
Oh yeah,
completely.
FIFA is another one of those organizations that's just dog shit.
Well, and this happened like literally every single Olympic village. Like, Vancouver is like this, where they just displaced a bunch of people, and then we're like,
it's just like,
and they just like created the bad part of town by making a bunch of people homeless.
Wow.
Like,
and there's been, I don't remember which Olympic Games it was, but there's been like a lot of just people who die like building these. Like there's just so many casualties for the Olympics, and it's
well, but Jan, it's also boring as shit and sucks to watch. So you have to think about that,
Rob. That's why they only have it every 4 years, is because who
you
wants
gotta build
to
up that nationalism?
Yeah, who wants to watch pole vaulting every weekend? Like, you know.
And it's good that people die for that. It's good that people die for a higher profile pole vaulting competition than usual.
Oh my
Track
gosh.
and field, baby.
Yeah.
It just feels just like the article that we just read. Like,
you're not patriotic. Like,
yeah, if you're not like for it, but it is also like one of the most unpatriotic things to do to your like.
Oh, to your own people.
Yeah, like
for sure.
That's just why it.
And a lot of people in Japan aren't happy about it. Mm-hmm. Like, I think this is one of the first times where it's been
protested.
A big
has it been? Or
there's been protests for the Olympics in the past, but it's a vast majority. At least it was when they polled. I don't know, a little bit ago, but it was like 70% or something like that of Japanese people were like, fuck no, like we don't want this. Yeah. And it's just too much money. Like that's always it's always going to win out.
They have to fucking bid to get these.
So
and it's years
to fuck up a major city,
like a decade in advance.
Yeah.
Just
absolutely.
Like clambering over each other for the privilege of ruining a city.
Yes.
That's the Olympics. That's sports. Hey, I mean that happens. Like that's, I mean, sure, the displacement thing is like overwhelmingly like just mind-boggling, but it happens.
It happens here.
It happens here in college towns, and in just any sort of sporting like centered town is just taken over, and like the streets are like blocked off, and like there's just so much shit that takes place for what, like a 3-hour event where people just like drive drunk and like beat each other up, and and the players don't even get paid,
which shouldn't be a crime, but everything else around it, you're driving drunk,
sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, wait, no,
we're all libertarians here, right?
So it also forced him and his wife Yasuko out of a tight-knit public housing community in the Kazumigaoka neighborhood where they lived for over half a century. It was so hard to leave, said Gino, now 87. It was the place I'd lived the longest in my life. Gino hadn't wanted the Olympics in Japan, thinking it was too soon to host again, and said the announcement had that roughly 200 families, mainly elderly, were being evicted from their housing complex in the shadow of the stadium came from nowhere.
So that's like what? Probably like 1,000 people. 200 families.
Also the fact that it's happened twice really illustrates how fucking ephemeral these massive disruptions are. Because like they did that. 1960 was Tokyo?
Yeah, 1964.
So they did this. They built all this shit once, and then it's about the same age as my dad, and it's apparently gone or in so much disrepair.
We couldn't use that stadium.
Couldn't possibly have just like used that for some other sort of recreational facility, and then when it came our turn to be like, oh cool, we've already got most of the buildings. Let's just make a BMX track now or something.
I think if we're gonna continue this fucking racket of the Olympics, you need a stadium already. You need a place set in stone that's like, hey, we can host the Olympics over here, and that's it. Like you can't, you know what I mean? Like you can't be like, oh yeah, no, we'll do the Olympics in 2020 or 2030.
It's wasteful.
We'll start building the new place. It's like, wait, you don't even have a place to host this?
They should do it on top of that mountain in Nevada where they put all the nuclear waste.
Oh.
Then we might get like super athletes.
Yeah, we get superhuman.
Fallout style, like 3-armed strongmen.
The helmets molded with flesh.
So how much do you think the government gave to them?
I
guess we have
to
like think about it in yen, but
I think you move the decimal point up 2 places for yen.
Right, but I have the number here of how much they paid them.
How much of a shitty space flight with Jeff Bezos did the government give them in return?
So how much in American dollars do you think?
It has to be low if you're asking.
Yeah.
I would hope like not what I would hope, but for a shady number, I would hope like 10 grand.
They were only paid 170,000 yen, which is only $1,500.
$1,500.
For losing their whole house. And oh, okay.
So Gino said we got 1,107. What am I doing?
$1,500.
Yeah, $1,500, but it is 170,000 yen.
Yeah.
So that really sucks.
What is that in Thai baht?
Kroner? Yeah, it's just a
really
shit
sad.
show.
I'm sad now.
Yeah.
That just fucking sucks.
And he looks like a really sweet, just man who's just doing his thing. And
oh, he's hideous. Get him out of there.
Not hideous.
I'm just
my
kidding.
He looks better than this
I'm just
goddamn
kidding.
dog.
Of course,
that's still on
of
my
course,
screen.
he's
Oh
a
my
nice
gosh.
looking man.
Yeah.
He's, yeah, rough.
Yeah, it's the part about like, oh, I was happy to do it the first time because I was excited for Japan,
Yeah.
and then the second time, it's like,
Now
the fuck,
you've
man?
gone way
It
too
just
far.
It's like,
'Cause, you know-
okay.
yeah, it just sucks because, like, that's the price we pay to be patriotic, like,
Basically, yeah.
which just shows how little regard they even, like, hold us to. Like, it's...
Yeah, it really makes you wonder, like, what do I get out of my patriotism?
Yeah.
Like, being patriotic, other
You get
than...
to live in a great country, and if you do it right, a little bit happier.
Yeah, scientifically speaking, I will be happier if I'm more proud of
You'll
my...
be strongly positively associated with increases in happiness.
Now, call me an asshole. Call me harsh.
I frequently do.
Continue doing that because I seem to remember reading something or probably seeing it on Facebook. No, I'm just kidding. It's just funny to say
Chan
that.
loves Facebook.
It's just funny to say
he
that.
loves Facebook.
But
He's always like, have you seen this funny meme on Facebook?
I saw this article.
Is that something they play in there?
I'm inviting you to play Farmville with me
Farmville.
constantly.
Yeah.
God.
No, but I
gamers.
thought people who are extremely patriotic were like dumber than average.
Well, they're doing it wrong. They haven't followed the two simple rules of patriotism, which
Being
is
a good patriot.
Yeah, which is to again focus on the positive and protest patriotically.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong.
Right.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do. And again, but even that sort of stat is just like, okay, where are you getting that from? But that is kind of like what the military goes for, right? Like they don't want you to be smart. They want to get people who are, they're kind of burnouts or whatever you want to call them, or maybe they're just down on their luck. And they trick
for structure.
Yeah, they trick you, and they're like, "Oh, we'll give you a $500 and a Dodge Charger after you get out of boot."
Well,
like,
not give you, but you'll get a
You'll get a
really
lease.
great rate on it.
Yeah.
Great rate on that Charger.
only $500 a month.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. Independence Day.
Yeah. You know what else happens on Independence Day?
What?
Fireworks. Much to the chagrin of the good freaks on nextdoor.com. Yes, that's right. It's time for everyone's favorite segment, Boy Next Door.
The boy next door.
Come in. I will.
This is my favorite segment, probably because it's our only like segment.
Right.
For now.
But yeah, for now, we're the plan is to have several segments each episode, each only lasting like 10 minutes
each more delectable than the last. All right. This is from about a week ago. We've got a head start on it, but it's a nice little 4th of July treat for Chan and Nicole and for you, our dear sweet listener.
Thank you.
Our one listener.
Yeah. And I'm looking
listener.
at you. You know who you are because you're listening right now. This is the original post. Fireworks. They scare pets, wildlife, and children. Please consider before you think about your, and here it goes, selfish needs. And she could have gotten away with it, or they, I'm not sure. They could have gotten away with it had they not said selfish. This was, last time I checked, 145
Fatal
comments
mistake.
on this next door
No
page.
way.
We will not be reading all of them as the thread has been deleted, but luckily I screenshotted them all at
Hell
about
yeah.
2:30 in the morning the night before it was deleted.
That's commitment.
One of my favorite holidays as a kid, but now I dread the 4th because of how nervous my fur babies get. I read that playing classical music helps animals feel at ease. Not sure how true that is, but I've set my Alexa to play classical music. It's pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
Except for the fur babies part.
Except for the fur babies, but so far.
And
that's
also
not too bad.
divulging this information on
just
anything but your like Tumblr.
Well, saying that to anything but someone that you are actively like talking to on the phone or let me tell you about the many ways that I use my Amazon Alexa to help calm my fur babies.
Yeah.
Did it have an Amazon affiliate link for purchasing?
Yeah.
If you would like to purchase one of these devices,
like #ad.
Yeah. Not everyone is so receptive to the opposite.
Selfish.
All due respect, ma'am. I have dogs as well, and actually have had them all my life. Yes, I do
really
not
old.
shoot fireworks now, but when will these horrible dogs die?
I've had them all my life.
Older than me. Yes, I do not shoot fireworks now, but this great country of ours needs unity and community. Positive patriotism.
Wow.
Fireworks are not, and it is not selfish for someone to want to shoot fireworks. America is the best country in the world. Well, it was great, but is now going down the tubes because of, well, starts
wink.
with a B.
Wow, they had way too much time on
shaming.
their
Yeah.
way too much time on their hands.
Let's celebrate.
Ben Shapiro.
Ben Shapino. Let's celebrate and not argue. I get your argument, but we also must be responsible per owners, as I am sure you are. There has been a lot going on in our country, and pray for unity. Have a nice day.
Oh.
I'm sorry, but doing fireworks is not selfish, and this is by far one of the most ignorant posts I've seen on here. She has not seen very many posts on Nextdoor. I can only imagine this is the first one she's seen. It's a couple nights a year and has been going on for quite a long time. Fireworks.
It's been going on for a long time, so I don't think we should
since
stop
the
this.
7th century in China, humans have always shot fireworks on the 4th of July.
Now they think that fireworks were created on the 4th of July. I'm just kidding. I don't know.
That's what the song's about. No matter your opinion or thoughts on it, it's not going to stop. I have 3 dogs of my own. I just make sure I stay home with them and give them plenty of love and attention. They're just fine. How dare you complain? As long as you stay home with your dogs cowering in fear, giving them nothing but attention the whole night, praying they don't freak the fuck out and run
throwing
away.
a weighted blanket on top of it.
Nothing to complain about. See, lots of these, not all of them, believe it or not, are funny.
What?
Some of them are just saying,
Screw you.
New Year's Day and July 5th are the largest days of the year for posting lost pets. Love to celebrate both holidays. If you do celebrate with fireworks, please let your neighbors know you are shooting them so they can secure their pets. Seems like an awful lot of hullabaloo. Ooh. You guys ready to hear some truth, though? To hear someone speak truth to power on Nextdoor?
Okay.
I know. We can all sit on our hands and hum the national anthem, then go inside and stare at the wall. That way, we won't disturb all the snowflakes who dislike the time-honored celebration and fun of doing some fireworks on, heaven forbid, the 4th of July. Have you people contacted the city to tell them to cancel fireworks forever due to your concerns? I mean, they are the loudest of all. If not, why not? In the future, if you move, you should all contact potential neighbors and ask how they celebrate New Year's and the 4th. If they like to do fireworks, well, you know you have to keep looking. Good luck.
Wow.
And I just want to make it clear that all of us know that there's nothing that we can really do about fireworks.
Right.
But we're not huge fans of people shooting off fireworks in the middle of the night, and we do all have
I wish they'd
pets.
stop. It's fucking annoying.
Yeah. But like also posting this on Nextdoor is hilarious.
Yeah.
And we're going to make fun of it.
This is what I'm doing the next day. This is what I'm doing today. I am calling you a snowflake for being like, hey, Fireworks scare pets.
Thank you.
Oh, you
Yeah,
stupid, dumb asshole.
Snowflake bitch.
I bet you wish the British had won in either 1776 or 1812. Huh, funny. We could all be speaking English now if it weren't for fireworks. So when we celebrate now, we are selfish. Guess we should cancel the 4th, and everyone will be happy. Eye rolling emoji, and then that
Cancel
little
culture
button there. Someone has made another post saying that you're a snowflake if you post about fire. Real subtweet on Nextdoor. I've been getting notifications for this all week.
That's awesome.
I think this will have to be the last one of these because I have one more little tasty morsel.
Oh, okay.
Short one. Jesse. Can we bleep Jesse? It's a first name.
Jesse.
It's a first name.
Jesse.
Over 98% of fireworks are imported from China. If you want to support this great country of ours, you might want to rethink where you're spending your capital A American capital D dollars.
Wow.
Boy.
Hell yeah.
Yeehaw.
So yeah, that's right. These snowflakes want to take your fireworks away. You know what else they want to be taken away?
Your penis.
See if you can guess based on this video. Yes.
Recognize my joke, please.
Yes, they do want to take away.
They want to make men into women.
Wait, they don't want to take away my penis, do they? Looking
They're
right
coming
at me.
for it.
Oh damn! Oh hell!
You didn't take the vaccine,
Might
did you?
not be the worst thing. No, something much more important that people would like to have taken away. Spoken to us in this post, titled simply "Alligator."
Huh?
Whoever shot and killed the alligator in the Weems Plantation Pond should remove it. It is starting to stink by the playground.
Oh my god.
More of a nuisance dead than he was alive.
Oh my gosh. Roasted,
Wow.
okay? Boom, roasted. They got it.
Now, look, obviously we live in Florida, and gators are just a thing. They're a fact of life.
Sometimes a fact of death if you're this gator.
But like, okay, you want to shoot an alligator. Like, we don't know what happened. Maybe it had
Weems
someone.
Plantation is also a very densely populated, one of those suburbs where all of the houses are about 15 feet from each other.
Yeah.
Like you're just firing a gun big enough to kill an alligator in a very residential area.
Wow.
But let's just say, little Sparky was like being attacked by a gator. I don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know But look, if you're gonna shoot a gator, don't fucking leave it there. Like, call somebody
4th
or
of July's coming up. You're having a cookout.
use that
Busy.
thing.
We do not advocate killing gators in residential neighborhoods and cooking them for 4th of July. Probably not legal.
This is not a joke.
I don't know.
Well, according to Nextdoor, it is a 3rd-degree felony under Florida law to kill or injure an alligator. It's also a felony to capture and keep an alligator. What can you do? Jesus, big government.
Oh my god! All these regulations.
Capture and keep an alligator or its eggs unless you purchase a special alligator trapping or farming license from the state.
Wow.
The person replies, "Thanks, Tommy."
Oh my god.
Oh,
The
man.
Gator Saga.
And that has not been
No
updated.
one fessed
no
up.
Updates. No, someone said they left it, or they called the property manager. No response. Frowny face. To which they were told to put it on her porch.
What?
They're not gonna move this gator off the pond. See if you move it off your porch.
It's starting to stink.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
More of a nuisance dead than he was alive.
I mean, probably.
Yeah. Alligators, they aren't.
No, yeah. If you're unfamiliar,
Much
alligators
less
are
than
not
a common pit bull or German shepherd.
Or the insane anacondas that we have in Florida now.
Oh jeez.
Just hundreds of pounds, like 15-foot, like movie anacondas that we have that people just
like from a hit film
Anaconda. Yeah. yeah, people just getting them as pets and then saying, I don't want this anymore, and releasing it.
Flushing it down the toilet right into the Floridan waterways.
No, but actually this is a huge problem. And it is completely legal to hunt anacondas in Florida.
If you want to kill a large reptile, kill an anaconda.
Yeah, because those fuckers will
Good
just
luck.
eat your dog.
Good luck.
You'll never see him again. So the last thing that I wanted to bring up for this beautiful podcast that we've had is a curious character by the name of Tom McDonald.
Mm-hmm.
And Rob and I were trolling through YouTube looking at
embiggening our brains, our
incredible content, and we came across this music video titled Snowflake by Tom McDonald, and we can't play it probably without getting a copyright strike on YouTube or something. Without getting canceled. But I implore everyone to listen to 5-10 seconds of some of his songs and just melt your brain.
Try to find an unofficial video so that you don't
pirate it or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
don't give him any clicks.
That is not what we ask.
Don't pirate it.
Don't pirate it, but
find it.
Listen around your neighbors who you hate and see
go,
if they have
go
to
on
listen
go
to
on
it.
Genius and look at the lyrics, and all of his songs are exactly the same. It is
any conservative rap. For the listener, they're all about
cancel culture.
Why is everyone trying to make me suck their dick? I don't want to suck their dick, and you're trying to call me racist for not wanting to suck a dick.
Being white is a crime.
Me. Right. Don't cancel me. You can't cancel me.
All lives
matter. Why is everyone trying to cancel me? I'm canceling you instead for being a libtard. This sort of thing.
He is constantly under attack. Yeah. But I had never heard of him until
he got a little. It was a thing for about 7 hours on Twitter like 2 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. You were like, this guy sucks. Hate listening to this.
Yeah.
So you might remember him from about 7 hours on Twitter 2 weeks ago.
Where you can find us at Please Clap Show.
Indeed.
Incredible posting going on there.
Oh, man. Oof. Except if you don't like it, those ones are Chan.
You keep saying that, but I don't know. I do numbers, as the kids say. So, you can.
Which ones?
Just some of them. Sometimes they do numbers. No, yeah, we would love more followers. And
we don't care. No, we don't care.
But that's hard. So if anyone could tell us how to get rich and famous and start the grift, maybe we need to grift more. I don't know.
Yeah. If any, speaking of,
sorry,
if anybody wants to buy me a copy of Ableton Live 11 Standard Edition, I'm not even asking for the full thing. Just standard. Don't even need the suite. Just the Standard Edition. DM us.
What features of Ableton Live 11 Pro, Standard would you use to great effect to increase the value of this podcast?
I'd make so many more excellent stingers. Excellent intro music, such as the intro music to the show, which you listened to probably about 40 minutes ago. More stuff like that.
Glorious.
I would be writing synth beats to play quietly throughout the whole podcast, and I'd make Chan do it or I'd quit.
Lo-fi beats to podcast too.
Yep, I'd be listening to them on my speakers while we record, so you'd always hear them just a little bit.
Yeah.
And I would refuse to turn it off. So if you want stuff like that, buy me Ableton.
And if you have any burning questions you would like to ask us, keep those to yourself.
That's not Jesus Christ, terrible for engagement. No. Tweet at us.
Yeah, tweet at us.
Reply to this video on YouTube.
Please, God. And maybe review us on iTunes. Does that help? I don't know.
I've heard it helps.
Maybe.
Yeah. Subscribe on YouTube.
Yep. Tell your various friends and colleagues about us.
Send this to your boss. And thanks for listening. This is I wish we could do this in person every time, but we just have to do it over Discord like chumps.
Yep. Just as sweaty either way, so no difference to me.
Me too.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Nico, do you have any parting words?
No, thanks so much, guys. Get vaccinated, and have a good week.
Have a good week.
Yeah, have a good week.
We'll see you next week because we're doing this weekly now.
Yep, because we don't edit it anymore.
Nope.
Well,
actually, Chan does.
I just edit out the fourth person who's here with us. They're terrible. They're awful.
The unknowable shape in the corner of all of our visions.
Yeah. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.